Cracking down on cheating to protect the gaming environment. Hello, I'm an investigator. Today, I'll be reviewing the following player to see if they've cheated in the game. The first player is playing this match in a squad. The destination is Georgia, and they picked up equipment quickly after landing. Everything looks normal right now. Let's see what happens later. After the player picked up the equipment, it looks like the player is thinking of engaging the enemy. The first enemy has been discovered. The player aimed and shot the enemy with a UMP-45 and eliminated one enemy. Let's take a look at what happened in slow motion. The crosshair of the firearm is basically on the enemy, so we can't tell if there's been any cheating here. Let's keep watching. The player is moving towards the enemy, but stops suddenly at the corner. There are no enemies in the player's vision, but the player's crosshair is always focused on the enemy, and the player was able to preemptively shoot at the enemy. Now I'm starting to suspect that the player might be cheating. Let's continue watching to see if the player shows more obvious signs of cheating. The player is now playing psychological games with two enemies. It seems like the player is using footstep sounds to tell where the enemies are. The enemy has started to open fire at the player. After briefly hesitating, the player quickly moved out and instantly eliminated both enemies with hip fire. After that, the player pulled the firearm back and eliminated a third enemy. Let's replay those events in slow motion. When the player moved out, the player shot accurately twice from the hip with a rifle, eliminating the farthest player with a headshot. The player then eliminated the closer enemy with wild shots. But in the next instant, the player seemed to know that there was an enemy behind them and instantly turned around to preemptively shoot at the third enemy. Before the enemy had even appeared, this player had already shot it where they were. The bullet was locked onto the enemy and eliminated this last enemy. Based on the above actions, we can basically determine that this player was using the auto-aim and X-ray vision cheats. Well, that's all for this video. Let's continue to crack down on cheating to protect our fair gaming environment. See you next time.